Hello, my friends. It is the Saturday, and it's the 27th of June 2020, and this is my last vlog of the month. And I just thought I'd catch up with a few things. It's, for those of you outside our shores, our lockdown has been released slightly, and then suddenly the masses decided to head towards sand and the beaches. But it all got a bit out of control, really. I mean, reports from Bournemouth in particular that the police had to, in the end, resort to closing the entrance to Bournemouth down because there were so many. On a personal basis, COVID-19 or no COVID-19, you'd never get me at the seaside when there are masses of people, when it's extremely hot. But in our current situation, I think it is very selfish and very silly, if not downright stupid, in the case where the COVID-19 is still not wiped out. And in the heat, of course, is the chance that it will be spread sooner. So I just really don't understand it, and I'm not very impressed with people who can't think. And furthermore, on Bournemouth Beach, apparently 21 tonnes of rubbish was left behind. Utterly disgraceful. Right, on to better things, I think. And most of you will know I've been trying to highlight BAME community icons. And everything has been going swimmingly, and I've had very positive comments, and thank you very much indeed. I've also had people ask me to continue, which I'm very happy to do. But there was we do get the trolls, don't we? And there was one person in particular who objected to the idea that I included Barack Obama, saying that his mother was white. And I couldn't really quite understand what Bren Loftus had issue with, because, yes, okay, Barack Obama's mother was white, but that still makes him a member of the BAME community. But she got very upset, and the whole conversation got into quite a twirl, to the extent that she then suddenly turned on me and came back, and I'm going to read it to you so that I get it right. So it's from Bren Loftus, thank you very much. You're just one of those washed-up lovies. Where were you all those years during the sex assaults on younger members and vulnerable adults, which is prevalent within your industry? Nope. You're not one for turning, are you? I have no idea what that means. But you're hypocritical and you turn a blind eye, and so you facilitated decades of abuses. Shame on you. Well, Bren, thank you very much for sharing your viewpoints, but you are incorrect in saying that we all turned a blind eye. And if you read my autobiographies, you will find out I am one of those who often mention things which personally I became aware of, but of course it's the people you report it to. It's difficult to actually persuade them sometimes to take things further for whatever reason. So, accuse me of whatever you like, but please get the facts right. And I recommend anybody who thinks I've got an odd viewpoint, reading my autobiography will put you right. Right, now, who else made contact? Here we go. Yes, Jessica from Cirencester. She's an HR manager. And she says the problem she has working in HR is BAME is considered in the UK as everyone on the planet except British white. Now, I was an HR manager, and I understand where that viewpoint comes from, but I would also say my experience was a lot of people just didn't want to be categorised, and the difficulty I had was getting people to actually tick a box to say what ethnicity they were. And it really did cause a lot of problem. And of course, those who have read my autobiography will know that I personally fit into the BAME category because I'm white other. It's quite appalling, really, why we just can't each just call ourselves Simon and Jessica and Gordon and Asif and just forget that we're black or white. Don't get me wrong, I'm saying don't forget the atrocities that took place in history on all continents and all countries. I mean, the British, of course, are absolutely appalling, but of course we've got to remember Portugal, Italy, Spain, and lots more. So we'll classify that. Now, on a more positive, I want to try and be a bit more positive because everybody's still, I think it's the heat, being somewhat negative. I'm very pleased to hear that Gone with the Wind is being allowed back to be streamed. I'm mildly amused that it's felt necessary to put a warning that the subject contains black slavery, because it's set during the American Civil War, so clearly there will be black slavery in it. And when the trolls started saying we must have these things drawn, taken down, I thought actually what they really quite didn't understand is in that stopping Gone with the Wind was a huge insult to Hattie McDaniel, who was the first black woman to win an Oscar, and all the hard work that she must have put through to get to that sort of position, and everything that she did in her time. And I appreciate way back in 1939, racism was an extraordinary and unbelievable scar on our planet, and she still managed to get to the top of her tree in some people's eyes. That's why she was my first iconic BAME member. So when people start saying all sorts of things, just remember that whatever you believe and whatever you want to happen can actually have the opposite effect. Anyway, that's my lecture over. It is a mixture of hot and cold weather at the moment. We're probably going to get some rain soon here in the UK, and I just ask people just be sensible when you go out, because we don't want to have the lockdown again. So until the next time, as they say, keep safe.